Good afternoon and welcome to Teresa's Journal. Today is a better day. For those of you who have been following me, my oldest is out shopping right now. I sent her to Trader Joe's to do some grocery shopping, and she needed to get out of the house. And so she went with my husband, and I know we're only supposed to go one person at a time. But I decided that it was for her mental health and the best interest of her to get out of the house. This quarantine is really hard on people, teenagers too. So my daughter is doing better. My middle child is currently playing the trombone, and my youngest child earned his tablet back. So he's having some tablet time, so it's given me a few minutes here by myself. Checked in with all my Facebook friends, loving that. I don't have very many, and I'm going to keep my Facebook friends to just my friends, family, and coworkers. Anybody who's following me on YouTube, please comment on my YouTube channel, and I will get back to you. I've been looking at my comments daily. So I'm sitting out on my front porch, and it's kind of loud, so I'm going to try to talk kind of loud. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about hospital holds, which is when somebody comes in to the hospital and they're placed on a hold. So when somebody either presents themselves or is presented to an emergency room or a facility that triages mental health patients, they are evaluated by either a physician or a nurse practitioner. And these individuals decide whether the person is able to stay voluntarily or to place them on a hospital hold. So there are people who come and they want help and they want to be there, and we're able to just give them the services they need. There's other people who come and they don't need to be there, and their needs can be met in society, and they're hooked up with those resources. There are other people who come and they do need to be placed on a hospital hold. They are either, in order to be placed on a hospital hold, one of three things has to be proven. Either one, the patient is a danger to themselves. Two, a patient is a danger to others. Or three, the patient is unable to take care of their basic needs. If those three criteria are not met, then they really can't be placed on a hold, or they shouldn't be. Also, depending upon who you talk to, if they meet that criteria and they're willing to stay voluntarily, they really shouldn't be placed on a hold. I will have to say that it does happen that people come in voluntarily, they want to be there, and they're still placed on a hold. And I really disagree with that. And I'll get back to that here in a few minutes. So anyway, you're placed on a hospital hold. So a patient is placed on a hospital hold. In the state that I work, these hospital holds are 5 days, and they're 5 working days. So weekends and holidays do not count. That gives us time to evaluate the patient and decide if they truly should be kept in the hospital, or if they're able and willing to accept services, or if they really just maybe just had a bad day or two and are now okay and can go home. I've seen all three of these situations happen. There's also another thing besides a 5-day hold in the state that I work in. It's called a 14-day diversion. And this is where somebody is given 2 weeks to take the medication, hook up with services before having to go to court. So now you're saying, okay, court, what's this? So when a person is on a 5-day hold or on a 14-day diversion, if they're not doing well, then they are taken to court. Um, in court, it's a civil commitment, and they're looked at for the possibility of having a court commitment. A court commitment is an 18-day, excuse me, not 18-day, 180-day hold. It's where you are not necessarily held in the hospital. Then you are for a while until you're stabilized and hooked up with services, but are being monitored closely by the mental health system, and really hooked up with services. So it can be a very good thing for some people to have happen. So I hope that was clear. I know it's complicated and there might be questions. Not for my Facebook friends, because most of them are in the mental health field, but to my YouTube followers, please, if you have any questions regarding this, if it wasn't as clear as I could make it, let me know. I will say this, it doesn't work the same in all states. So there's another state that I've had the opportunity to work in, and they do it a little differently. They have county specialists. And when somebody presents to the emergency room with a mental health issue, these county specialists are called in. And when the county specialists are called in, they are the ones who place the patient on hold. So it's actually out of the doctor's hands or the nurse practitioner's hands, and it's in the hands of these generally master's levels professionals, often in social work, who specialize in the need to hospitalize folks and get them hooked up with medication and services. So when I presented to the hospital the first time, I came in voluntarily, and when I came in voluntarily, I did not want to be placed on a hold, but I also did not want medication. And at the time I was I had just graduated from naturopathic medical school, and I was having a really hard time accepting that I need psychiatric medication. And they put me on a hold. And they administered meds to me without my consent, against my will. And because of that, I ended up doing better. But we can't, well, there's special circumstances where we can administer meds when they're not on a hold, but as a general rule, it doesn't happen. I hesitate at this point because I could go on about this, and there's a lot that I could say in this area. I do want to educate people as much as possible. I will say when I was put on a hold, I was pissed because I'd come in voluntarily, and I did not think that that was fair. In retrospect, I'm glad it happened, but I do understand why our patients get so upset when they come in for help and then are placed on a hold. We really need to think about this, folks, okay? So for you practitioners out there who might be following and listening to me, take a second guess. So I got about a minute. I like keeping these to 10 minutes long. I want people to watch them every day. And so I do want to end with a prayer. I like ending with a prayer. Yahweh, please be with my daughter. Be still her heart. I'll let her know that you're with her. Be with my son while he practices trombone. It's wonderful. Be with my youngest. Help him to learn the importance of obeying his parents. He has such as independent heart and independent mind, and he likes to debate with me. It's really overwhelming. Be with all my Facebook friends. I'm just loving having that connection with people. I think I'm up to 18 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Thank you, Yahweh, for that. Please help this reach anybody who might need to have a deeper and better understanding of the mental health system and somebody who struggles with mental health themselves. Um, Yahweh, thank you for all you do. It's a tough job, and I'm so grateful for everything that you've done for me. I feel you in the love of all my brothers and sisters. Um, Thank you, everybody, and may Yahweh be with you.